subscribers. Plus you got all those new foreign people on your side. All right. Okay. So we're gonna go for a start. No, that other persons aren't here, but yeah, we're gonna go for a start.
Sir, I'll send the YouTube page to mommy and she'll send it in the parents group for Westwoodites.
Yeah, you should do that. You should do that. Yeah. I need some foreign folks as well. Yeah, man. You guys should help me to become what you call it, no, viral. Yeah. Okay. So I have given you a first task on there, and I want you to respond to that question on your worksheet in about a minute, and then I'll ask you a few thoughts on it. It says, how is the internet connected across an ocean? So I'm already in the UK, and you are somewhere in the Caribbean waters. How is it that we are able to communicate? Because there has to be some form of connection. Now, I want you to follow this link that's on the page here to help you with your thoughts, you know. Yeah, see that link right here? Follow that link. Oh no, come on. Yeah, is it open up on your screen? Can you see it? Can you see this? Can you see this on my screen? Why is she not responding? Can you see this?
Sir, my mic was closed. Yes, sir, I am seeing.
Okay, good. Tell me what you're seeing.
I am seeing a map.
Okay, cool, nice. All right, so use that to come up with your thought. I want you to write a nice little 3 sentence to explain how is it that the internet is connected across oceans. Right over here, we have South America. No, that's Africa. Man, I'm so bad at Oh, yep. Yeah, America is here. South America is here. I am somewhere up here. Yeah. This is Africa. Okay. Where is the Atlantic? Atlantic. Where? Come on, man. Zoom Atlantic crossing one. That is it right. I don't like Grace. This one. Atlantic crossing one. Okay, tell me your thoughts. How is the internet connected across ocean?
Okay, sir. So based on the whole map that we have here, I will say that the internet is connected through underwater cables.
Fabulous. Those cables are called oceanic cables. Yeah, so they are called oceanic cables. Now, the one that I am looking at in particular, you can use this diagram, I'm sure you can make your Westwoodites amused by looking at that. But this cable is actually 14,301 kilometer length. In length, it is called the Atlantic Crossing one, and that one would probably connect from where I'm at to somewhere in America. You can actually look on the different ones and see where they are actually connected. It also shows you the different landing points. So yeah, here you go. So this one runs through Germany, there about a little bit of Netherlands, just outside the UK, and then New York, United States. So all of the messages that you send, whether that's by voice or phone call from one of these points to these points. The data travels along these oceanic cables. So this is just to get you to understand when we talk about one and with a wide area network, that is actually real connection we're talking about. All right. People are specially trained to dive underwater, go lay these cables far out of the reach of sharks and and boats and all those kind of things, so that they are not damaged. And if they are damaged, someone needs to go down there and quickly fix it so we can restore communication across the globe. Right? Nice. So that was the point I wanted to make with that activity. Cool. So in this next activity today, I'll spend a little time and then just to talk about network hardware in itself. All right, what exactly is considered network hardware? So the key here is for us to remind ourselves, how do we connect LAN? So remember, LAN stands for local area network, and it's really a network in a small area or in a single site. One of the things we established from the last lesson is that all of the hardware is actually owned by the people who own the land, or it is or by an organization, so to speak. So in the case of a school, all the computers, all the switches at different the servers, different items that they use in the network are owned by that organization. So that's one way for you to know that this is an actual local area network. Whereas with the one, there's no one person who owns all the resources, because all of us, our devices come together and connect together and forms a worldwide, the wide area network, which is the internet, which, because I don't own your laptop, I don't own your modem, I don't own. So it's all of our resources coming together to form that big network itself. So my goal for you today is to know the hardware that is needed to connect a LAN, sort of like a revision, and know the tasks performed by each piece of hardware, and then just to understand the purpose of each piece of hardware itself. I think the first question on your worksheet should ask you, what is network hardware? Now, if we use our basic understanding of what is a computer hardware, one of the things you would know is that it is the physical components of a computer, those things that you can see and touch. We widen the scope when it comes down to network. We're talking about all of the physical devices, those tangible devices that are within a network, that we are able to see and touch. Okay, so just to give a more formal definition, I am going to give you the two on my screen. Network hardware is defined as a set of physical or network devices that are essential for interaction and communication between hardware units operational on a computer network. That's one way of putting it. I can also establish the purpose that these particular devices that we speak about, they are dedicated hardware components that connect to each other and enable a network to function effectively and efficiently. Yeah, that is a nice definition of what computer hardware is. Okay. Now, next. So we're going to kind of look at the purpose of each of these, and you can, I mean, you can make any added notes or added capture on your lesson just for your own understanding as you go along. All right. So we can all agree that network hardware plays a vital role um, in supporting industries, supporting different organizations. We could talk about a school. It supports it in terms of communication. Teachers are able to email, communicate with each other. Staff can share resources with students. Parents can connect and obtain resources from within the school. It is easier to get to manage printing. It's also easy to maintain security. It's also easy to keep students safe. We can keep tabs on what students are actually viewing when they are on our computer network, so to speak. All right. We can also decide who has access to our network and those who are not allowed to access our network. So in essence, it is very useful. Now it also integrates any number of components. So we can have as many components as we want, right? So for example, if you have, low internet signal in your, let's say in your room, you can get a WAP, which is a wireless access point to strengthen the internet access, or you can get a second router to extend the service to you. So network hardware helps to establish an effective mode of communication, thereby improving, from a business perspective, business standards, but just in general, it improves our, just our interaction. We are able to um to share more skills and expertise. For example, I'm all the way in the UK, but I can still be of benefit to someone in Jamaica who is studying this course. All right. It also promotes multiprocessing and enables sharing of resources, information, software with ease, as we would have discussed from last lesson. Now, to connect these hardware, yes, because by themselves, they are simple standalone devices, which means that they are independent of each other. But in order to connect them, we are going to need several components. Now, the three main components that we're going to need is one thing that we call a network interface controller. Now, later on, I'm going to mention some more about that, which will allow you to write in the space on the worksheet. We could also establish here that also need transmission media, and by media we just mean what is it that will link two or more devices together. That might be wire or it might be wireless. And then there must be some way for us to connect these devices either together in terms of computers together, or connect two LANs together, or also connect a LAN to the internet. So that's where our router, our hub, our switch, and our wireless access point comes in. So let's start with network interface card, and you get a chance to write. All right. So in that space on your worksheet, we talk about network interface card. It's also called an adapter. All right. So you know that port on your computer, maybe it's on your laptop, where you would put a network cable in. You know what I'm talking about.
I think so, sir.
Yeah, so right where you plug that port in, that's what we're talking about. So if you should actually unplug the computer, just open the computer itself, it would not just be the port, it's an actual device that's fitted on the motherboard itself. All right, so that is what we actually call the network interface card. Now, when it comes onto your laptop would have both of them. Your laptop would have well, the older laptops, I'm conscious that the modern ones now are just having just the wireless one, but the older ones would have a port that you can plug your cable in, or there is one that is wireless that you can then go ahead and just connect wirelessly. So all mobile device will have a wireless one. Older, more traditional laptops would have both of them. So wireless NIC, which is network interface card, also called an adapter. So if you see adapter, it's the same thing. Here is a radio transceiver for connecting wirelessly. And as I said, most modern PCs come with a NIC and a wireless NIC that is built in. So that's both of them. There's the physical one that you can plug your port in, and then there is the wireless one. And what that does is just provide you with two options of connections. And that is what sets your laptop apart from a desktop, which might only have a physical network interface card. Okay, cool. Just to point out here, when it comes on to like tablets, smartphones, and other embedded devices, you would notice that they have wireless NIC. So that's why there's no port for your phone to be plugged in. Neither is there any port for your tablet or any of those other devices to get plugged in on. All right. Let me know if you're good. Let me know if you're good, if you've completed in that little thing, copy your notes inside. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready, and I'll move on. Okay. So now we want to move on to talking about switches, right? So again, this is another vital hardware piece that you'll find in a network,
Excuse me,
especially.
sir.
Yep.
My laptop was giving me problems. So basically, I have not heard anything that you have said because I've been trying to fix it. So if you could just go back,
Okay.
because I don't even remember where you left off. So if you could just scooch back a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think we're here. We're talking about
Yeah,
network.
there, right there,
Cool.
right there.
I was making the point that I think I asked you about ports. And I was telling you that right where the port is, that's an actual card that is plugged onto the motherboard of the computer. And that is what enables your device to be able to communicate with other devices on a network itself. So I was making the point that your piece, your laptop would probably have two of them. It would have a wireless one and to also have a physical one. So you could use either of them to connect to the internet. That is why you can connect wirelessly, and that's why you can also connect via wire. All right. No, yeah, and then I was saying no, like for tablets and smartphones, you would realize that you don't have any ports on those, but you are still able to connect to the internet. So what you have in there is a wireless NIC. All right. So that's why you can still connect to the internet, but it's a wireless one that's there. Hello, Ashne. We are on lesson 4 from the classroom. If you download that worksheet, lesson 4, hardware for LAN. So we're looking at the different hardware that we actually need to set up a LAN. All right. Your curriculum requires you to know them and to know their purposes. Okay. Cool. All
Okay,
right.
sir.
Good. Yeah. Okay. So gonna move to the next one that we have on there. So we're gonna look at the others and then you can just follow the sheet and fill them in. So we're gonna talk about switches now. So maybe it's not in order, but yeah, so that's what we're gonna add here. So switches are network devices that record which computers are connected to which ports. So these are kind of like, um, yeah, let's say it was a school, right? Let's use the analogy of a school. The person who works in the front office would probably know where each student is and each staff member is at all times. So if we want to, if came to Westwood to find um, Ashley or today, I just need to go to the front office and tell them which student I'm looking for, and they'll be able to check which class that person is in, and then take the message to deliver directly. That's kind of like what the role of the switch is in the network, right? Whenever you send a message, the message goes to the switch. The switch looks for the computer that you're trying to find or the printer you're trying to find and transmit the message there. So when the traffic is received, yeah, the switch forwards the traffic to the intended recipient only. Now, this is good. What that means is that my message will never go to another computer, or the intended message will never go to the wrong device in the network. It's going to go to the one that is intended to go to. All right. Now, this improves the network performance by cutting down an unnecessary transmission from older style network. So we used to have instead of switch, we used to have like bridges, and in some and also hubs, right? Now, if you use a hub, right, what the hub does, the hub doesn't actually deliver to the direct device that the message is intended for. What the hub does is to broadcast the message to all of the devices on the network. And then the device on the network that the message is intended for realize the message is for it, and then it will go and receive the message. So it's kind of like I go to class and actually you did a test for me and you did not write your name on the paper, right? Because you didn't write your name on the paper, I come to the front of the class, I hold up the paper, and I ask, who does this belong to, right? And you know, the intended student need to check, realize it's yours, and then claims it, which means somebody else could also view your message. If it was something that was private and intended to be private, they would have seen that message. That's kind of like the difference between the switch and the hub. The switch sends the message to the intended, the direct audience that it should go to, direct device on the network. Whereas with the hub broadcasts it to all of the device, and then the intended device will take the message that is intended for it. Okay? So what you realize then is that if you're going to broadcast something to the entire, let's say I came to the class and I'm trying to find out who the test paper belongs to because there's no name on the paper necessarily. It's going to take me a longer time because it's going to take more students who will have to look, will have to check, will have to confirm that it's theirs. That's a longer process, right? That would take up much more time. Cool. Versus if I had known the intended student, I would just take it to the student and that would reduce time. So that's kind of like what we're saying with the switch in the network. It knows the intended device that the message is intended for, it sends the message directly to that one. That cuts down on time that you would have lost, downtime. So the switch makes the network function more efficient. The performance is peaked with switches. All right, cool. Any questions?
No, sir.
Good. All right, cool. So now we're going to talk about routers. So we'll talk about routers. Now, in last lesson, I told you that a router is necessary because one, it either connects two or more local area network together, or it connects to the internet. So I want to build on that knowledge today. So the routers, as you will realize, is one of the most commonly used connection devices. You just have to walk around the school and look for that device. It's probably one you're gonna find one in every office or one in every classroom to try and transmit the data. So they are used, So this is the purpose. They are used to send data signals across the internet. All right. So the modem that you have at home has a built-in router. So it's functionally, it's doing two functions essentially. All right. Cool. So that's our router. So routers work, this is how they work, by collecting knowledge of available routes to transmit data. So think of the routers, just like think about the word route, right? What's a route? Yeah, you are going to look for all the available routes and choose the best possible route to transmit something. So it's like I am driving to Westwood from Kingston, and I need to get to Westwood in the fastest possible time. All right. Now, depending on what is happening on the road, the highway might not be best. Maybe there's an accident on the highway. Maybe there's a traffic that is built up in some particular zone. So what the router does is try to route through the best possible path to deliver the message.
Which highway is sir talking about? Which
Say
highway you
again?
talking about? Which highway you talking about?
Remember, I
This
said
is
Kingston. Remember, I said Kingston. You know, so there's Edward
okay,
Siaga,
okay,
Edward Siaga
okay,
Highway.
okay.
Yeah, right. So that's what the router does. It finds the fastest path to deliver the message. All right, that's the intent of the one of the intent of the router. So when it connects two or more local area network together, it also connects the local area network to the internet, but it also chooses the best path to deliver. So when you decide to search up um, something online, that's a message that is being sent. So the router needs to find the fastest path to deliver your message so that you get your message in time, so you don't walk and complain about digital and flow or the internet too slow. All right, cool. Now, routers are commonly used in homes, yes, as you would say, and these types of router usually contain additional hardware that allows the network to be formed. All right, don't need to know more than that. But here, they contain a modem which allows users to connect to the internet. So this is the other use of the router. So the router has a built-in modem, and it is really the modem that allows the users to connect to the internet. All right. So the router does a couple of things. It finds the best path, it connects two or more networks together, and it also allows users to connect to the internet. All right. Are there any questions? None. All right. So we got 10 time gone. So let's go back to hub. Remember me that talked about hub a while ago? And I said that you need to know the difference between the switch and the hub. The switch is a private guide. It sends the message to the intended audience, you know? So if I have a message to deliver to Jade, I'm going to deliver that. That's how the switch goes. The switch takes the message from the sender and delivers it to the intended audience. The hub slightly do it differently. The hub broadcasts the data to all devices on the network. Yes? Just because it does that, it uses up a lot of bandwidth, you know? It uses up a lot of time. The transmission is going to take longer, right? As I had explained earlier. Now, the hub could be useful in linking. Let's say I'm setting up a game shop. I can use a hub to link a few game consoles together with a local multiplayer game, and it can be done wirelessly or with wire. In a classroom, I can use it to connect more than one computer together so that I don't have a lot of cables spreading around and causing hazard, right? Because remember, we don't just want the network to work. We want to have the space being effective for work, right? Now we move on to the transmission media, and I want to look at them specifically I'll look at them specifically. In fact, I'm going to skip transmission media first and talk about the WAP first. So let's talk about the WAP. So WAP actually stands for wireless access point. And basically, it uses radio transceiver to allow wireless connection to a network. So you know when you if you walk just about your school, you're going to find that the wireless internet connection is stronger in some areas. The reason for that is there's a WAP in that area. All right. So the closer you are to the WAP, the stronger the ability to connect to the internet wirelessly. So if it is that there's a blind spot or an area in the school that internet doesn't pick up well, an easy fix that the school could put in place is to get another WAP. So then what is the purpose of the WAP? It is to extend the network, all right? So it extends the network, which allows greater reach for persons to connect to the internet, all right? So the WAP creates its own wireless network as well, which devices can connect to. The WAP then sends what? Wireless traffic it receives to the main wired network. All right? WAPs can also be used to extend the range of the wireless network. So if you ask me, this point is most important and this point. First point and the last point. Just know that this is a device that we use to extend the network, right? We want people to be able to connect to the network. And so we add a WAP so we can expand the reach of the network. Now, I just wanted to, so yeah, I've covered these already. So this is what you're actually working on. I think the only one I haven't done is the cables. So let's talk about the cables, which is on your worksheet. So there are 3 different types of cables that is used in network. So we have the coaxial, yeah, and the short form for it is coax. And this is just a type of electrical cable that is used to transmit radio frequency signals with low interference. So this one, yeah, it's probably better than the twisted pair, but you know what? If something is better, it is going to also be expensive. So if you were asked what is the disadvantage, automatically you're going to know that is one. An advantage is that there is low interference, which means that you can stretch it across a longer distance than you can do with a twisted pair cable. All right. Now it as I said, good shielding against interference, and then long distance capability. So you're able to stretch it across longer distance than your twisted pair. Now, in terms of the twisted pair cable, yes, this is the one that most common Ethernet cable that you'd find inside of a computer lab, like a blue cable, yellow cable sometime, in some cases, like a gray cable. Now, this is a type of copper cable used to transmit electrical signals, mainly in telecommunications and computer networks. Now, it reduces interference by twisting 2 insulated copper wires together. All right. I will admit that this is probably the cheapest, but with it, the interference is likely to be greater, and that is why they are normally used over short distance, within 10-meter range, so to speak. Now, the one that we showed you earlier, today, when we're looking at the oceanic cables, that would be fiber optic cable. Now, this is a transmission medium that carries data as light pulses instead of electrical signals. And of course, it offers extremely high speed, and also look at that, long distance and immunity to electromagnetic interference. So you're going to have a cleaner, better, more smooth experience with fiber optic cables. All right. Are there any questions? None? All right. That means we're not too bad. All right. So good. So what I want you to do on this like a challenge for me, I want you to pick any 5 of the devices that we just discussed. And I want you to write them in order in terms of which one you think is most important to the one that is least important. And then you're going to justify your answer. So in other words, tell me why you have said what you have said. Okay? So gonna just pause here, give you a few minutes to write, and then I'm going to ask you to share your thoughts with me on which ones you think are the most important to the least important. Just think for most important, you definitely need that to have a network. Least important, kind of optional. You add it for aesthetics. Hey, all right. All right, cool. All right, Jade, ready now? Are we ready?
Sure.
Fabulous. All right. Go ahead and tell me in order and give me your reason why.
Okay. Router, switch, access point, modem, hub.
Mhm.
Routers,
Why?
routers are first because they connect networks, select multiple networks, and there's high security and control. Hubs are last because they're slow and limited use, and sometimes based on what internet tells me, there is collisions. So
Mm.
yeah.
Mhm. What else? What about the others? What about the ones in the middle?
Oh, you want me to do those as well? Okay.
Of course. I'm interested in hearing why. Why are they in the middle and not at the front? All right, I'll come back. Ashane, can I hear your arguments for your 5? Oh. No, son, Ashane, go and sleep, left way. This is not right. Ashane. No, sir.
Okay, sir, I have something for you.
All right, good.
Okay, so switches are in second place because they're more critical than modems.
What
And
do you mean by that? What do you mean by more critical?
sir, they are like the spine, you know, they are the back of the LANs and they connect multiple
What does that mean, though?
Sir, just let me
Hmm?
explain now, please.
And no, I'm just trying to learn.
As a student, you're supposed to listen and let me explain while I go along.
Okay, I'm still
Okay?
gonna ask why though. Yeah, but go ahead.
Okay. So, as I was saying, right?
Mhm.
They are the spine of LAN, which is the local area network. Okay, sir? Okay, which connects devices locally.
Mm.
Okay?
I still don't get why though.
It is less, and it's also less critical than routers. Okay?
Why? Why?
Because
Why though?
they cannot connect to internet on their own terms. Simple.
Switch?
Yes, sir.
But
Switch.
why the purpose of the switch though?
They're just there. They
Just
connect
there?
multiple devices, sir.
So
Yeah.
does a hub. So why is a hub thrown out last?
Because they're slow. Some of them.
Slow.
Yes, sir. Some of them are slow.
How you know that?
Mr. Lawrence considers them slow.
Slow? But
Yes.
hubs not really have no life. Hub is just like a bunch of ports.
Yeah.
So how is that slow?
They're dumb.
Dumb. How?
Okay, so they send data
Mm.
anywhere they want, basically.
Send data to all the devices
Yeah,
rather than to a specific device,
yeah.
which means they use up more bandwidth to do that. I needed to use the language of the subject, you know.
I'm sorry, okay?
Sorry is not gonna cut it. I need I need you to step your game up. All right, let's hear the other one.
You sure, sir, you're not just going to criticize it, sir?
Yeah, well, that's part of teaching.
Okay.
Mhm,
Um, where was I? Because I
mhm.
was doing switches and sir, boy, Jesus. Okay.
What has Jesus done to you? I'm the only one who's asking the question.
Okay, I was at access points. Okay.
Mm.
So access points connect
Wireless
um,
access point.
wireless
Please,
access points connect
thank you.
wirelessly to a network. So it would be like hotspots.
It allows users to connect wirelessly. The actual WAP can be connected by wire.
Okay.
So it enables the users to connect. So why is that not like the least important though? Because you know what I mean, I still have a network even if I don't have WAP. It might mean that you have to move from upstairs, come downstairs, but I mean, I still have a network. Why is that not the least important? Why are you
Because
discriminating against Hub? What has Hub done
because
to you?
hubs are more old school, sir. They aren't as flashy as new as access points, sir.
Mm, okay. Well, you could make the point that the switch is going to do almost the job the hub would do anyway, so it's probably not, and do it better. So you'd probably not need the hub inside. Okay, that's right. It's interesting that I haven't heard you mention any way how the internet is actually going to be connected because I'm not hear about no wire yet. It's interesting that that is not considered important. What do you have against cables? What do you not like about cables? Why are
Sir,
you
okay.
discriminating against cables?
Okay, sir. Like
You
cables
don't?
are
Mhm.
not practical. Okay?
But how are you going to
No,
connect? It has to be practical.
no, sir. Listen, listen,
Okay,
listen,
I'm listening.
listen. If you were supposed to connect everything wirely, then there would be a bunch of wires going around the house to connect the TV.
But me not hear you talk about no wire at all. I'm not saying you need all wires, but I'm just like, yo, you're building a network. Why don't you have any cable at all? That's all I'm arguing about. By the way, how are your computers going to be connected to the switch? Since you don't like cables, I'm just thinking, how are they going to get connected? Hmm?
Sir, you're trying to drive me crazy after the day is so long and you're trying to drive me crazy and you're not going to.
Yeah, actually, I am not. I'm just asking questions here because you have a switch but no cable. And I'm just wondering how is it going to get connected? This is not magic. There has to be something that joins those devices too, or else throw the switch away. All
Sir,
right. So
sure.
very
I wish
important.
I wish Kota was here because you would be down my neck. You'd be down his neck. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, you're missing Colton now. Okay, Colton, I'll see you. Right. Um, there is a link on here that I want you to click on. Should take you to some site. And what you'll do there is to you click on start on your thing, and you're going to put it in the correct one, you know? Yeah, the correct one. And of course, when you're done, take a screenshot of it and paste it on your lesson.
Okay.
Hmm. I don't know why students complain about teachers being good teachers.
Because you teachers think that it's supposed to stress you out day in and day out. Like we don't have a
No,
life.
I think teachers are always stressed because of you. 'Cause we always overthink and think about what we can do better. How can we make your lives better? You know,
And
that
how
kind of
can you stress me out every day in
actually
and day
no.
out?
Actually, no. I think every teacher just wants students to be just one word, successful. That's all. Nothing else. Well, what's going on? What time is it? You see that's the sound of being tired. That is the sound of being tired.
Da, 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 da.
Always let me know when you're finished.
Yes, sir, I will. Just give me a second. Why? Oh, here it is.
Notice all of a sudden from your computer lock off your camera stop work. You know, I will start complaining. Then you say we're stressing you.
Sir,
We not
sir,
even know. We not even know if you're not
sir.
gone
Every
sit down in a
time, every time we have class, my camera's always been on. The one time my camera is not on, sir. The one time.
lead by example. Be not weary of well doing. I used to have an instructor when I joined the military, and his word was, no rest for the wicked and the righteous cannot be tired. So I want to know what category you fall under. Yeah. Are we good? All good? Everything good?
I am coming, sir.
Oh, you're close?
Yes, I'm close.
Okay. So where should I put this one? Needed by a computer to connect to a network.
Sir, I put it on the switch.
Switch.
I don't know.
Connect to a network.
I'm not finished yet, sir. I've not made my full decisions yet.
Passes on all data to all of the computer. Which one is that?
That's hub.
That's, well, you get one right.
Oh wow.
It formats the data using the correct protocols.
Switch. Since
Right. It examines all packets to find their destination address.
I don't remember this one.
Sir, can you repeat, please?
Girl, frighten me. Jesus.
Oh, we are on this activity. There's a link on your page that says complete this activity. I think it's task or something like that. And then leads to unnecessary network traffic. Which one is that?
Oh,
Of course. That's what I think.
Oh God.
Does not pass on data to all parts of the network. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, guys.
Repeat, sir.
sir, repeat. I can't hear you properly.
It's on the screen. Does not pass
No,
on
it's
the
not.
data.
Sir, that's
It's
not
not.
on the screen. No, I'm looking at my screen.
No, sir, it's not on the screen.
Then you're not supposed to tell me that long time over here going like my bread. Can you see that now?
Yes, sir.
Right. So see it here now. Does not pass on the data to all parts of the network.
Um, network interface cards.
What?
I'm just guessing. It's just a guess. It's just a guess. It's just a guess.
No,
Don't
you
jump
look
me yet.
over your
Don't
notes
jump
and
me yet. Don't jump me
you
yet.
look back on the notes and don't guess me over here.
Which?
Of course, the switch sends to the specific address. That gotta be it.
This is why my camera is off.
Next, reduces the amount of unnecessary network traffic.
Switch.
That's what I think. I wonder if we're right. Right? Where's the space? What are they doing? They say this one's wrong. It formats, it formats data using the correct protocols. Oh, I think that's a network interface card right there. Yeah, yeah. Here you go. Take a picture, put on your lesson in the space provided. And you can say you have successfully covered part of the lesson tonight. Let's move on to the rest. Okay. Can anybody see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, nice. So we're going to quickly talk about internet versus intranet versus extranet. You know what I mean? Because that's a question that has been coming from the days I was in school, which is plenty years ago, and it is still on your curriculum. Okay. So internet, the keyword there is public. All right. So it is a global public network which is accessible by anyone, providing that you pay your data for digital, pay your fee, you can access, and you have a device, you can access the internet. So the key things to remember for your exam is that internet has to do with public access. It also means that there's no single owner of the internet. Nobody not own it, all right? Or if you want to say anyone own it, you have to say everyone, because all our devices, your phone is a part of the internet right now. My computer is also a part of the internet. And of course, we can all agree it's very large scale because there are so many people that are connected tonight. People probably are listening to Jakes and Rosalie and Akeem and Daima and where's Stephanie? With their madness, those Jamaicans. Let's move on. Now, when it comes onto intranet, now an intranet is a private network within an organization. No, it uses internet technologies. So I'll give you one. Does Westwood have its own like email system, like them have them own email, some? At
I
Westwood,
think so.
you know if you think so, you know must know. Then you know student email with at Westwood something.
No, sir.
No.
Oh
We have a
God.
student account like where we can go and view our report card, but no email.
Oh God. I don't need to go sponsorship. Calabar can help you. Yes. I ain't gonna pick on y'all. All right. So, it, you know, if you work in certain institution, okay, let's ask Jade. Jade, mom is working in a school. Does this does your mom have a work email address?
Definitely.
Ah, all right. So that's an example of internet. Yeah, that's an internal network. All right, that is owned by the organization itself. Of course, used for internal communication. Cool. Um, yeah, and of course, it is owned by a single organization. What do you want to remember from this? Internet is a private network that is within an organization, and of course, it uses internet technologies. I'll probably give you another one. Maybe if you work inside of a bank, yeah, they have their own network thing that the bank tellers use to save money, transfer money from one account to the next, and that kind of stuff. That's what the bank tellers at the little screen doing. Oh, quick joke, guys! Quick joke. I was so terrible, You know, the first time I know what a computer looked like, I was in grade 10. You guys know Christiana? Have you heard about Christiana? I don't know Christiana. Sure.
Sir?
I don't know Christiana. I don't come from Bush, so I'm not even know Christiana. No come
Sir,
from
like the singer?
Christiana, one place. I can't believe. One place up in Manchester. No, sir. When you come off, you go Google Christiana. Anyways, so how I know a computer, I back in the days we had to go to the bank to pay our school fees. I was going to Knox at the time. And so I went into the bank with me nerdy self and my mom. And I saw the woman behind the screen, the bank teller. I tap some key like what? I mean, I said, Mommy, I can't get one of them kind of TV there. Can I get one of those fancy television? You know? Some persons look around and hear me talk and bust out in a laugh, laugh at me, which they serve as my motivation. This is why I'm a computer specialist. I told myself from that moment, I'm going to pick this as my career. For every person will laugh at me. Right? When I come back to class next time, I tell you why I became a teacher. Anyways, all right. So that network that is used privately by the bank is an intranet. Most hospitals have their own private network that that only members within the organization utilize and have access to. All right, cool. The key word to remember is that it's a private network and it is owned by the organization. So in the exam, they could ask you to distinguish between the internet and the intranet. Remember, keyword internet is public, yes, and it is not owned by anyone. All right, and it is, of course, very large, whereas the internet is not as large. It uses the internet technologies, it is private, and it is owned by the organization. That is key for what you should remember. Okay, now we're going to talk about extranet. Now, extranet is a control extension of an intranet that allows external users limited access. So like, oh, anybody here do online banking? Want to do online banking?
Yes, sir.
You sure? Where you ever bank before? When you fit bank, you have money.
You don't need to have money, mommy have money.
That's mommy, not you. You know, fine, cool. Online banking, cool. So the part of the portal that you will log on to, like me now, me join JMB Bank. So I'm able to log into my account and make transfer and make payment and all of those things, right? Now that aspect is a part of the company's intranet. When you log on to NCB, you're logging onto a part of the company's internal intranet, right? We call that part the extranet. So you are able to, you have limited access, right? What you also explained to me about your school about having an account and you can sign in and view your report, that is also an example of intranet slash extranet. The intranet are the part where the whole organization, people within the organization who work for the organization actually have access to. So your teacher can update a report, or those within admission rights, they can upload it and all that kind of stuff. You have limited access. You can only view, all right? So that is what we call the extranet. Cool. So it allows external users such as customers, suppliers to have limited access to the company's intranet. I want to add here that it is partially private in the sense that you have to get some form of password or login system from the people who actually own it to be able to access it. And again, you can only use it for reasons that it is intended to use for, whereas the internet can be used for a variety of reasons. All right, are we good? My, so good to see Katrina. Katrina, what happened? Oh my, your house it blow off. Katrina, what's going on? How's Knox? How's Mr. Bourne?
Fine at the moment.
Is Miss Lane still there? Or she left?
I don't know who that is, so yeah.
Oh, she left long time. She used to be in a social service department. There used to be a Miss Joseph. I wonder if she's alive or she dead. She did that. She had the principal or vice principal at one point. But that's sure to me, yes, she gone. No, no. I don't know. It's a word. All right, cool. How is school going though?
Stressful.
Stressful. All right, so I go. Yeah. Stress is good. It is proof that you're still alive. All right. Good. All right. So the guys are completing a document that's in the Google Classroom. It's called Lesson 4 Hardware. So you can download that. Yep, and you can of course rewatch this video and complete it with the points that we got from there. We've been out here a little minute now. Haven't seen you for about 10,000 years. Good to see you though. All right. So the final thing we need to cover that's on your syllabus as it relates to just network types of network is mobile network. I want to talk about that briefly. So this is the one that is on your phone, all right, or your tablet or any other IoT. Anybody know what IoT stands for? Anybody?
Internet of Things.
Fabulous. Wonderful. All right. So a mobile network or a cellular network is a wireless communication system that lets mobile devices like smartphones, tablets, IoT devices connect to voice, text, and data services. And we're going to give you an example. 4G, 3G, 4G, 5G. Same something what we call data. All right. So it's a network basically that does allow you to connect, and then so you're able to do the same thing as if you were connected by Wi-Fi or you're connected using a wired network. All right. Yep. Which of those is faster?
5G.
5G.
Right, nice. All right. So and the G stands for generation. And of course, we don't know. We started out at 1G and now we're at 5G. In the next 10 years, when them, I guess we'll be at 25G. That's technology. Cool. All right. So I think we have covered, as I said, quite a bit right there in terms of what we did. Now I wanted to do a little activity. So that means if you're using a laptop, that's good because you can use your phone to be a part of the activity. Anybody ever play a game called Block It? Anybody?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Oh, yeah. Tell me, that's fine. All right. So what are you going to do for me? You're gonna type this into your search and type it play Block It. All right, cool. And then it's going to ask you to join. I'm going to display a code. It's going to require to join. So you're going to need a second device to actually participate. So, yeah, show that you have your next device ready to participate. And we're just going to recap, if you would, some of the things that we have spoken about so far, and some that you have not spoken about so far? Yeah. So, and we're going to make you play chess, which means you can take somebody's points. Do this. Come on. Let's do 8 minutes of this. Now let's do 10 minutes. All right. Bam. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
What are you seeing? Blue screen? Good. Go ahead and enter that code up there, 2816170. And then type your name. There you go. I see in the place. Where's the rest of my peeps? What's going on today? Jobs in the building. Katrina, where you at? Katrina?
Doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to join.
Not gonna be able to join. What are you using, laptop or phone?
Laptop.
Oh, just open one next tab. Just open that second tab, search up, look it, and type the code in. They working? Yeah, good. Let's go. Look at the screen for the question. You sure? How comes I don't see a score going up?
Sir, I'm playing. Don't worry.
Finally, I'm seeing Ashley playing because Ashley got a score. Where's Rescue? Let's go.
Sir, I'm not putting the chess is open. I'm sorry.
You need to put the poker for a win. Someone snatch your points, Ashley. right. Right. Okay. All right. So pretty much that's gonna be my aim for tonight. But how could I go without? Let me see. Oh no. Where is my man? Man, look what Jody cost. Jody lost my work. Oh no. Can't believe it.
Sir, is the game finished? My Wi-Fi went for a little.
Yeah. Game just finished. Oh. Game just finished. But we'll have more of it for you next class. That's why I must tell a friend them to come to class. Message them from early and tell them, say, hey, don't do this, you know. We ain't going to sit there and not pass my exam because I'm just not doing that. I'm be mad. All right, we got three questions relating to today from our exam past paper question that I want you to answer. So you're going to type your answers in the chat based on what you remember from today. Come on, get it up there. Yeah, get it up there. Can you see? Good. So go ahead and answer for me. First one up there. State the name given to the internet access point that allows customers to connect to the Wi-Fi network in a store. Type your answers, please, in the chat. Ding dong buzzer section. School challenge quiz. Oh my God, there's no answer coming in. Nope. Look what the question says. Access point sound like a hardware thing we're talking about. That's not correct. No. Come on, guys, let's go. We're gonna keep going till we get it right. Let's go. Do this. Internet is not the answer. What? Man, I'm not even gonna have this. The thing even says access point in it. WAP. That's the answer. Isn't that what we say WAP does? Extend the network so that people can connect. Isn't that what that says? Allows customers to connect to the Wi-Fi network in the store. Y'all tripping. That's one point to giving up there. Don't play. Don't play. It's a WAP. Okay, cool. Number two, describe the function of each of the following network technologies used in the store. Network adapter. That is the same thing as the NIC, as I told you before. Interface, blah, blah, blah. Can you go ahead and type your answer in the chat, please? Wi-Fi and router. Let's do this. Let's cook. This is the ding dong buzzer section. I can't believe it. Jade is going to sleep. Which one does? Come on, Katrina, specify. BE specific. Which one are you talking about? Network adapter, Wi-Fi router. NIC connects a device to a network to enable internet access. It sounds a bit vague because so does the cable. We have to be clearer than that. Let devices connect to a network. Answers pretty vague, guys. Go again. Think again in the thinking box. Get back to the thinking box. Where is the NIC found? I told you it is that port that is on your laptop or computer that you plug the network cable in. Come on. Put something more in that. Network adapter. Go again. Get in the brain again. Another name for network adapter is NIC, Network Interface Card. Come on, guys. Yeah. Does it enable internet access, Ashley? To an extent. We could probably give you a point there. Yeah. So it is a hardware component or a hardware device that allows a computer or device to connect to a network and communicate with other devices. That is your network adapter. I shall repeat. It is a hardware component that allows a computer or device to connect to a network and communicate with other devices. Okay, let's go for Wi-Fi. Let's get some information on Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, let's go. What's Wi-Fi? By the way, what does Wi-Fi stand for? I told you last time, wireless fidelity. Let's go. What is Wi-Fi? Oh no, my class has gone to sleep. They ain't talking to me. I need justice. Wireless is wireless. Let's look at Johnny. Wireless way to connect devices to a network. Yeah, fairs. That's okay. That's an okay point there. That's okay for wireless. Wireless fidelity, aka Wi-Fi, is a wireless. Okay, so it's not a network. It's better to say it's a wireless technology or transmission media. Replace that word network, Ashne, with like transmission media. Remember, the network is when you connect two or more devices and share resources. The Wi-Fi is just a way to connect the two devices together. All right. So I would use transmission media. Yeah. That's what I would use. Or technology in there. Okay, fabulous. Router. Router directs data between network. That's one thing. Okay, fairs. Jody, I'd probably add a little bit more to it. It's a network hardware or a networking device that directs data between network. Yeah. Make sure you make the examiner know, say, just scrape for it, you're confident. You've been in class. You've been learning. Okay, cool. Any other thoughts coming in on router? And then the last one up in here. Can you go ahead and explain what is a modem? What exactly is a modem? M-O-D-E-M. Does anybody know what modem stands for? Modulator dash demodulator. So the mo is modulator and the DEM is demodulator. Okay? Remember we said that the router comes with a built-in modem, right? So what exactly is the modem? The modem is a hardware device that allows a network to connect to the internet by communicating with the ISP. Okay? So it allows a hardware device to connect to the internet by communicating with the ISP. So remember, I told you earlier that part of the router that allows for the actual connection to the internet is the modem, the modulator slash demodulator. Okay, the router by itself routes messages between the network. So it passes message through the fastest possible route. Okay. All right. So can I ask you now, based on what I just explained about modem, to type your answer in the chat? Yeah. Let me see if you hear what I said. So type what you understand me to say modem is. And that's where we're going to make it a wrap for this evening. Based on what I just explained, tell me what you think a modem is. Mm-hmm. Mm. It you know, yeah, that's technically correct, you know, Ashani, but we could almost say so does the switch or so does the other devices. So how we tighten it up so we make sure them know and more them we are talking about. So you have to add something like by communicating with the ISP. The ISP is your service provider. So like you in a Jamaica, that a Digicel, yeah, and and um and Flow or a Lime. I want to have a Jamaica, a Flow or a Lime, or cable and wireless.
Flow, but we call it lime when we're ready.
All right, that's the same one there. So you need to bring that in, right? Because that's why them give you that something if you can your yard. Because that is what, you know, becomes the gateway to the internet itself. All right, cool.
Sure, so we can just say between the local area network and the wide area network, like the local area network, what we have in our houses, and the one which is the internet itself.
Well, the problem with that is that you could also have what we call a personal area network. Because when you have your phone by yourself, right, and you decide, it's almost like connecting your personal area network, because there's also PAN, which is personal area network, and there's MAN, which is metropolitan area network. So I'd probably be erring on connecting my network to the internet. But you need to mention something about the ISP, right? So by communicating with the ISP or communicating with ISPs such as Flow or Digicel. So you want to put that part in. You're just making it clear that this is what connects your network to the internet. I wouldn't say one because remember the internet is only an example, a type of one. So there are other private ones. For example, an intranet can be a one. It's just not as big as the internet, right? Remember, the internet is the largest one, but that doesn't mean that one is a synonym of internet, all right? Just a type or the largest type. Okay, good. I'll now mean say Jade's response. Jade, what do you think this is? Get that break? Is this holiday?
Repeat, sir.
Me not see you type your answer.
That's because I never sent it in, sir.
Oh, well, I'm waiting on it because I need to close my class and I'm waiting.
Seriously, sir?
Then you no go talk, go teacher stressing out. I'm gonna say, no stress out, teacher.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Really
So
appreciate it. Listen, me take this serious, you know, the first time I teach Westwood students, you know. My God, me honored. I only taught Knox for like about 3 months when I was on teaching practice. So yeah, a big deal. Me I teach Knox Pickney and Westwood Pickney. I'm taking it serious. So please to type my answer. Sure. So we can put it on my resume. Oh dear. While Jenny is writing a response, does anybody remember what modem stands for? What modem stands for?
Modulator, demodulator.
Fabulous. Modulator, demodulator. Great. Listen, I am even putting that in my definition, if it's me. I am making sure the examiner knows that I am pretty clear. I know what this is. Sure. All right. Cool. Yeah. Jade look like she write an essay, you know. Yeah. She just there. All right. She did a third paragraph, you know. Yeah.
Sir, calm down. I'm not writing an essay. I'm just finding other ways to put it in.
I can feel it. You're almost at the fourth paragraph now.
No, sir.
Gosh. Mm.
Da, da, da,
Yeah. Yeah, that I fifth paragraph, you know. She put on the icing on it, you know, yeah. Icing on the cake.
da.
Yeah. Yeah, that I sigh of success.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. She's making an extra paragraph, you know, just
I am not making an extra paragraph. Sir, I am begging you. I'm begging
Sir,
you.
she finished the essay and started a whole book.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Ashani? No, Ashani. Let's not go there. Okay? It's a very short something that I tried to cut down.
What she does not know, Ashani, is that I am a publisher, a book publisher, who has published over some 200 books already. So, you know, yeah, go ahead and write the book because, you know, yeah, I'm happy to publish it for you. Modems, which mean modulator, demodulator devices that bridge the gap between a network and the internet. See, right? Means I don't know if I mean or it stands for. I think there's a difference. Modem is an acronym that stands for modulator and demodulator. Come on. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you very much. I hope that this evening we have covered, and we've made things clear. As usual, if there are questions that you guys have for me, feel free to drop them in, one of the means to get to me, whether that's through the WhatsApp group or to my number or something, or send me an email or whatever means you want to do. Is be making sure that you are doing the SBAs. Ashni, how far are you reaching my SBA?
Sir, I finished the
All of
Excel and the database. I'm gonna go to the
website. Gonna go to the website. All right, sounds good. I like that. Please remember I told you guys to send those in from Sunday. No giving trouble. Send on Sunday so I can check to make sure that it's meeting, the preferred expectations. All right. Katrina, I know you're doing yours at school. How far you reach with yours?
Coding part. Not sure how you guys are doing.
You're doing the coding.
Yes.
So you have done like Excel database all that already.
Yes, sir.
Nice. All right, cool. Then send the question to me, no man, so I can look on the question now. Suppose me can help you with the coding. All right. So email me the you know my email. Do you? You know my email?
No, sir.
You do not know my email.
Sir,
So
can we
why is nobody
can we add it
asking?
privately in the can we send it privately in the classroom?
Yeah, I don't mind. That's my email right there. Yeah, cool. Up to you. Yeah, so send me your SB, Katrina, so I can take a look at what you're expecting, right? More than likely, I'm gonna write one array. It needs to have some if-else statement in it. It needs to have a loop, whether two loops at least, a while loop and a for loop if you are going to score the highest points. All right. What language you're writing in?
I'm not the person doing the coding, it's group.
Group.
Yes.
Oh, that work.
But y'all
I
are
thought
doing it in group?
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Wait on Bob. Knox is cheating. Okay, anyways, let's
You